All right, Jeff, Senate Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has insisted that in an election year, the voters need to be allowed to weigh in on the Supreme Court nominee. President Obama's argument is the American public already weighed in by electing him in 2012 and that his mandate isn't over yet. So tell me, how much of a risk is there for Republicans in refusing to meet with Garland or give him a hearing?
Well, it depends on which Republican you are and whether or not you're running for re-election later this year in November. I think you can tell by some of the list of Republican senators who have said that they would meet with Garland a little bit of an answer to your question. That includes Susan Collins of Maine, Kelly Ayotte of New Hampshire, Jeff Flake of Arizona. The list goes on. Mark Kirk of Illinois, Rob Portman of
His home
Ohio.
state.
Exactly.
Merrick Garland's home state, who's in a tough re-election battle.
Indeed. And so, some of those senators are not wanting to sort of toe the party line that McConnell has led about not meeting with him because it could hurt them with voters. It could hurt them with independent voters. It could hurt them with people who do object to this partisan fight going on in Washington. On the other hand, McConnell has came out pretty forcefully against it within an hour of Scalia's death, and he's pushing that hard because he doesn't want to give the president such a big victory in his final year. What I also think is really interesting is the fact that some senators are saying openly that after the election in November, if Hillary Clinton were to win, that then they would consider the nomination then to avoid getting a more liberal nominee after January 20th.
Is that even procedurally doable?
Yes. And the White House said this week when we asked Josh Earnest in one of the daily briefings, would you pull this nomination in November so as to allow a Democratic successor, be it Sanders or be it Hillary Clinton, to nominate his or her own judge? And Josh Earnest said, no, we're going to stick with Garland. So the president wants this nominee, be it now or be it in November, but the White House generally rejects the Republicans' refusal to hold hearings or to move forward with this now.
Right, because of course, if Hillary Clinton were elected in November, then presumably she could pick the most liberal justice she wants.
Especially if the Senate
come January.
Exactly, especially if the Senate also came under Democratic control. She'd have a lot more authority and a lot more power to do that.
Well, Olivia, you said earlier that there are not signs yet of a